And good afternoon, San Antonio, and welcome to the Happy Handyman Show. I'm Trudy Chook, broadcasting live from Johnny Chook's Home and Hardware. We're located at 2361 Northwest Military Highway, which is about 2 miles north of Loop 410, right past the light at Lock Hill, Selma. Okay, y'all want to know something real funny? Okay, I have this schedule that I write down everything that I do this show from. And I just put address, hours, website. Well, it's been 2 weeks, really, since I've done a show. I recorded a show early and then I was gone for a week. And so when I put down the address of the store, I put down my home address. And was getting ready to give that all over the network. So thank goodness sanity snuck in real quick. Okay, let me tell you, okay, I told you where we're located. Let me give you the phone number. It's 210-341-1573. The store is going to be open today till 6:30. Tomorrow, for your convenience, 11 to 5. Now, everything that I talk about today is not all in the store. I just got back from I really did 3 hardware shows back to back. Ace Hardware was here in San Antonio, and they're always so nice, and they invite me to go. We are not Ace here, we are Do It Best, but they invited me to come, and it just worked out really well this time. It was my day off, and so I thought, I'm just gonna go down there. And believe it or not, I mean, the people that were there were more than happy to sell to me, even though I was not a Ace Hardware. They happy to drop ship me, and I found some things there that we were lucky enough that we haven't been able to have them because they had not been at Do It Best any longer, but they have them at Ace. And so I'm going to drop ship and have them back in. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet because y'all will all call me and say, is it there? Is it there? Is it there? No, it's not. Okay, and then I went to the National Hardware Show, which is in Las Vegas. And before y'all all go, oh yeah, she just wanted to go to Vegas. I do like going to Vegas. But the National Hardware Show was there. And even though the National Hardware Show has changed a whole lot. Used to be the National Hardware Show was so big, it would take us 3 days to go through it, to completely go through it. There was so much there. All the big guys were there, DAP, Rust-Oleum, Philips, GE, I mean, and they always bring new product in there. Very innovative people. They are big, but they always bring something new to the table. And then you would have this huge area of people that were just people that have made something in their garage and managed to get it to the National Hardware Show, and it's family owned. It's something you haven't ever seen before, and it's just super exciting. And then they had a lot of housewares there, so, and lawn and garden, huge lawn and garden area, and it was very exciting to go to. Well, since COVID, it has scaled down immensely. I mean, it's maybe a 1/10 of the size that it was, so you could easily go through it in a day. But I did find some things there that we would not have found unless I had gone, and so we're bringing those in. Super excited about them. They had some people there that had invented some very unique things, which I'm going to show you later on in the show. And then after that, I flew directly from Vegas to Florida for the Do It Best show, which the Do It Best show this time was huge. It's huge. If you haven't heard me talk about that, Do It Best bought True Value. So that way, not only did we have our regular Do It Best vendors there, we had True Value vendors there that were just super excited to be a part of Do It Best, and so are the new people from True Value. And so it was a very exciting time. It was an exhausting time, and but it was fun, and I got a bunch of new stuff that I can tell y'all about that we're going to bring into the store. And but let me tell you what's going to be going at the store next week. Next week we have the start of our April events, and that's going to be a fiesta event that's going to be April 5th from 11 to 3. We'll be hosting our first fiesta event with sales and with Canine for Warriors. If you were here last year, Canine for Warriors was here. They brought their dogs in. It was a way for you to get to know them. We donate to them. You can donate to them. There's a couple of ways that you can donate. You can buy our Fiesta medal that has Max's picture on it, and $7 from all sales for each medal go to Canine for Warriors. And then if you want to that day, we have a way, if we have a 20 for 20. So during our Fiesta event, when you donate $20 to Canine for Warriors, you just give them the cash, we will give you a coupon for 20% off of your entire gift shop purchase. So it's a way for us to give back, for you to give back. It's a wonderful organization. We went out there to their property. It's on the way northwest side of San Antonio, and it's amazing. It's just absolutely amazing. We took little Max with us, and he just about went nuts. So, but let me tell you what's going to be on sale next week. We're going to have fashion apparel, 35% off. If you buy a Fiesta medal, you can get one of our new Fiesta shirts at half off. We have Lalia Body Care. We're fully stocked, and we added a new line of it. And for every full-size product that you purchase, you can receive a free mini perfume or hand cream. And then we're going to have a silent auction that's also going to benefit Canine for Warriors, which is going to include a $50 gift card to Personal Touch Salon and a Consuela item. So 100% of what we raise will be given to Canine for Warriors. So that's just goes to show you what's going to be coming up next week. Is pretty exciting. And to tell you right now, we are doing, this show is on Facebook Live right now. So if you want to tune into that, you can. If you want to ask me a question on Facebook, I can try to answer you right there. And but if you want to go to our website, where almost all of this is going to be on our website, is happyhandyman.com. Now, let me tell you what's new at the store. It's so cool, and you're going to want these things. The first thing is the new tumblers from Pirani, okay? For those of you that are watching on Facebook, I'm showing you one of the tumblers. These tumblers, everybody's got a tumbler. And about 2 years ago, I just told everybody, I said, we're not going to be carrying tumblers anymore. Everybody's got them. If HEB has their own tumbler, well, we probably don't need to sell tumblers. But this tumbler caught my eye, and let me tell you why. Because they are stackable. How many of you have a whole cabinet that is dedicated to your Yeti tumblers, your SICK tumblers, SIC, you see that a lot at boating stores, well, everybody's tumblers, right? Corksicle, everybody. And they take up so much space because they're really not stackable. But Piranis are stackable. They are a triple-walled metal tumbler that will stack, where you can stack at least 3 of them probably in your cabinet on one shelf. The ones I'm showing on Facebook right now are a 16-ounce, and then the great thing about it is no matter if it's a 16-ounce or a 30 or a 16 or the larger one, which might be 32, they all use the same lid. They all use the same lid, so you don't have to have all kinds of separate areas for the different kinds of lids, and They are, you can put them in your dishwasher. So it'll keep things cold for 12 hours, hot for 6. Come by and take a look. You're gonna wanna get some of these for your next outing, like if you're going out to the lake, or just if you like having it around the house. I'm gonna tell you, I do a Bible study with a couple of them are nurses. They used to be nurses, or they're still nurses. And they can tell you some things you really wouldn't want to hear about drinking out of plastic bottles. So it really, for health benefit, it's really better to drink out of a regular cup, like a Perani or a Corksicle or a Yeti or whatever, instead of drinking out of plastic. I'll just tell you that. Okay, so Cindy got on our Facebook and she says, hey Trudy, welcome back. It is great to be back, Cindy. It was fun, but it was good to be back home. So another new thing that we just got in, some things when I order them, when we're at the show, they come in almost before I get back. And one of those things is a vendor called Diamond Visions. And Diamond Visions kind of concentrates on doing some inexpensive things. They're great, but they're inexpensive. And so like these rechargeable flashlights that we have from Nebo, they're an excellent flashlight, but they're pricey. And so maybe you might not want to give one to your son or your daughter or something like that, or your kids. Well, that would be your sons and daughters, right? Okay. So maybe your young kids, you wouldn't want to give them a $40 flashlight to walk around with, but you would give them one that costs maybe $9.95. And so we got several rechargeable flashlights that are great. I'm going to show them on Facebook right now. One of them is rechargeable, and it has a little carabiner on one end. Super nice, easy, like you could clip it right on your belt loop or on your backpack. This one has got 4 lighting modes. These are probably all about maybe 200 lumens. So they're really cool to have. They're inexpensive. You can throw them in the junk drawer, and if you lost one, it wouldn't be the end of the world. And then another new light. Oh, where is that? Here it is. Okay, it's a great little lamp, okay? It looks like a camping lamp is what it looks like. And it turns on, and it's got regular light, and then you turn it on again, and it's got a flame light. Isn't that cute? Wouldn't your kids love that? I'm thinking Easter basket, but they'd be fun to have outside, your kids outside. Or do you have kids that like to read in bed at night? This would be so cute. And then we had, hey Jill, will you do me a favor and hand me one of the lanterns, the dog and the frog lantern, please, when you get a chance? We got these great little lanterns that look like dogs or frogs, and their eyes light up. And so I wanted to show these to you. And then their body lights up too, like that. So these are, if you like to put little gifts in for Easter and stuff like that, then you can walk around with them. So these are all great. They're inexpensive. They're fun to have around. And it's just a great little gift idea. And I'm all about the gift. All right, now another thing that is new that we really just restocked is Worcester brushes that are mainly made. I brought them in when we started carrying a chalk line paint that is more of a professional chalk line paint. It's called Wise Owl paint, and the more that I followed them, the more I realized that some of the professionals use a different kind of brush. And I also found out they were very expensive. So, and we carried them, and I felt real good about selling them, but I thought, man, if I could find something less expensive, I would really like that, because that's what, I'm always on the search. Yes, we can do it one way, but can we search and do it even a better way? Is there something else that comes out? Well, Wooster made these round brushes, which you will see a lot of professionals use, and I'll tell you why. Because underneath on furniture, things go in a little corner up deep inside. It's easier to paint with a round brush. It gets up in there easily than a square, just flat brush. So, and they also did a very short stipple brush. The stipple brushes that I was getting from Wise Out, they were almost $40. And these are $16.99. So you can afford to buy yourself 2 or 3 of them. And always be ready to be painting with Wise Out paint. These are things you really need to put in your collection of paint brushes. So let's talk about the project for the week. I've got 3, and I'm going to try to go through them real quickly. So the first one is we are restocked on Kitty Stop. And you say, Kitty Stop? What's Kitty Stop? Kitty Stop, for those of you that have cats, I'm showing on Facebook with the Kitty Stop. It's made by the BioZap people. And Kitty Stop is specifically for cats, especially long-haired cats. Long-haired cats have a chemical enzyme in them called feline. And it is that product, that enzyme, that makes their urine smell super strong. I mean, just like ammonia, and so, or sulfur. And so sometimes if they do not hit the litter box, and say you have it in an area where you've got tile and grout, and they hit an area in the grout, it's almost impossible to get out the odor. And when I first talked to Denise at BioZap, I said, when Mickey was still alive, he talked about a product that he sold to the zoos. And she goes, yeah. And I said, can't you do one to where we can use it on a household level? And she goes, well, let me think about it. And so she called me a few weeks later and she goes, I've come up with a product that I think will be safe for household. And she said that you could use it in the house, and it's called, and she let me name it, and I called it Kitty Stop. And it really helps cut back the odor. You can put it in, like when you throw out the kitty litter in their box and you replace it, be sure and just spray the box with Kitty Stop. Now, if you have a hard time finding, you can smell the odor in the room, but you can't tell where the cats have gone to the bathroom, just get you a UV little light, a little flashlight. We sell these at the store. They're purple, and it'll tell you exactly where the stain is. Now, I learned something new when I went to the Do It Best show, and it has to do with flies. I'm going to be honest with you, if it's as hot and dry as last year, we might not have very many mosquitoes, but we will have tons of flies. And so flies are frustrating. I mean, I couldn't even go outside, have a glass of wine, sit close to my spa without the flies dive bombing my wine. So there's a couple of things to do. I'm going to tell you the one I like to use, and then I'm going to tell you another one. Rescue does an outdoor fly trap. Those of you watching on Facebook, it is a bag with a deal that you pull up, you add water to it, and then you want to put it at least 20 feet away from where you want to be, because the odor is unbelievable, okay? It smells like somebody died, but the flies, well, they love that. And then this is the best. I asked her, so what's best? One like the fly trap where you put water in, or one, there's a fly trap stick, okay? It's covered in an adhesive. Which one is better? And she said, absolutely the one that smells horrible. That one is the best. And so now you know, if you have a lot of flies, you want to get that one. Just put it 20 feet away from you. If you don't have a lot of flies, if somehow you're just lucky, then just get this trap stick. It has no odor at all to it, but it is colored in a way that flies like it. Who knew a fly had a specific color they liked? But they do, and it's kind of blue and green. So, and then now another project for the week. How many of you have birds that like to light in certain areas, maybe around your patio? I had a lady that came in earlier and we talked about this. She said birds get into her hanging baskets. And I said, that's not a problem. We can do a product. It used to be called Bye Bye Birdie, and then another company bought it and they just call it Bird Proof. And it's a transparent gel that is sticky. And so when they light on certain areas, you'll know exactly where they like to go all the time, because you'll see where they put below. Or like this lady was saying, they tear up her plants. So around the edge of her plant, she was going to put this bird proof material, and when they light on it, it's sticky and they don't like it and they fly away. So it's a great project for right now because it's still cool outside. So, and you're buying plants like crazy. In fact, we're thinking about doing that here and putting them out and getting it ready. So those are some of the projects that would be great for this week. So what do you need to do right now? Right now, you need to put compost down. Even if you don't do anything else, put down compost down. It readies the soil for the heat that we're going to have, and it's just a really good thing. Now, if you have time and you feel like it, you want to add a fertilizer, and that fertilizer is called Growing Green. You just throw it out. We're going to have rain, I think, next week on Thursday. Throw it out on Wednesday and just leave it and let God take care of the rest, because it'll rain and it will not burn your grass if you don't water it in. It just won't do anything. So throw it out, put down some compost, and then next week put down some Growing Green fertilizer. All organic, slow release. It's what your grass is begging for, okay? Now, I want to show y'all some stuff. I still have a couple of minutes left. This stuff is not here yet, but it's so cool. I have to show it to you. Okay, or I have to tell you about it. I can't show it to all of that are just listening. Okay, I found this it's called Invisi-Hanger. An Invisi-Hanger is a innovative wire pot hanger. So you know those new plants that you're getting right now, okay? And they come with those black hangers, and that's not very pretty. But this cable plant hanger is virtually invisible, and it's so cool. It's in this great little envelope bag. It just rolls up like the size of a $50 bill, and it can go around your plant. It will fit any kind of pot. And like some plants, like the orchids and stuff like that, if you do that on the inside of your house, you can use it on the inside of your house. It's great. Oh, shucks. I didn't get to tell you all about the other things. Okay, well, I'll talk about them next week. I am so sorry. I'll come by the store and I'll show you some of the new stuff that we're going to get in. All right, let me tell you where we're located. We're at 2361 Northwest Military Highway. The store is going to be open till 6:30 today, and the phone number is 210-341-1573. And that's it for this week, folks. It's time for you to roll up your sleeves and get busy on some of these projects. But by all means, you remember one thing. It will always be a great day to paint. See you next week.